Hi everyone, welcome to the UW Transfer Help page and the series Unpacking the UW Transfer Application. In the last part of this series, we will discuss how to order transcripts, who and how to ask for letters of rec, and additional funding opportunities. So far, we have completed the online application and finally hit submit. Now what happens? There are additional materials that are required for your application to be complete, but are not necessarily a part of the online application. A checklist of these materials will appear on a screen after you hit submit. However, keep in mind that even though this checklist will pop up after you submit your online application, that they need to be submitted before the application deadline. Be sure to get the ball rolling on these supplemental materials before submitting your application. The supplemental materials that we will cover in part 4 of this series is how to request transcripts and test scores be sent to the UW school system that you're applying to, how and who to ask for letters of recommendation, and how to apply for fee waivers if needed. First, we will discuss requesting and sending transcripts from previous and current institutions. Transcripts will be needed from both your high school and all post-secondary institutions that you attended. Keep in mind that high school grades and transcripts from your high school institutions are more important if you haven't taken as much college-level coursework. Next, the transcript must be official and sent directly from the institution. This means that you cannot submit or send transcripts on your behalf, and no screenshots or email attachments are allowed. This transcript has to be sent through a secure document online portal. The transcript should include all college-level coursework taken to date, including any courses that you're currently enrolled in. Most importantly, be sure to give yourself plenty of time. Depending on how and where the transcript is sent from, it can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks between requesting the transcript and having it arrive at the UW institution you're submitting it to. To request transcripts, you'll need to contact the institution directly to request that they send them over. If you are currently enrolled at an institution, there may be an option to request an official transcript through your Student Center login page. Also keep in mind that there may be a fee associated with each transcript that you request to send. For example, if you request a transcript be sent from a UW system school, the fee for each transcript sent is $9. There are two ways that an institution can send over a transcript. The first is electronically. This is when a transcript is sent from one institution to another using a secure document online portal. If applying to UW-Madison from an outside institution, you'll want to share the email address below with your institution. If applying to a UW-Madison school from another school in the UW system, you'll want to follow the steps at the link below. The other way to send a transcript is via paper. If your school sends it this way, be sure that the transcript has an official school seal or is printed on the school security paper. If applying to UW-Madison, have your institution send it to the address below. If you're an international student, be sure to check out the UW Transfer Resources page below for links to sites on how to request and send your transcripts to a UW system school. For transferring to the UW system, transfer students do not need to submit ACT or SAT scores. If you're an international student who has taken a college-level English course, you also do not have to submit any test scores. However, if you have not completed a college-level English course, you will need to have TOEFL scores sent to the UW system school you are applying to. For more help on this, check out the UW Transfer page resources below. Next up, we will discuss who and how to ask for letters of recommendation. Most UW schools require at least one letter of recommendation. How do you decide who to choose to write you a letter? You should choose someone who knows you best and can speak to your academic abilities. Most people ask teachers, counselors, or faculty members to write them letters of recommendation. If you're applying to an engineering program, it's recommended that you have either a math or science teacher write a letter on your behalf. If you've been away from a formal classroom setting for a while, It's okay for an employer to write you a letter of recommendation too. Specifically, you should choose a supervisor, manager, or trainer to write you a letter of recommendation. Now that you've found who you want to write you a letter, how do you ask them? The best way is to send them an email, or if they're close, stop by their office hours to chat. You should provide them with details on exactly what program and what school you're applying for. Need help getting started on drafting an email? Be sure to check out Letter of Rec email template in the UW Transfer resource page below. Be sure to give them a reminder of your accomplishments that you want to highlight and why they are the person that you chose to write them a letter of recommendation. Most importantly, ask them early. You should give your recommender at least a couple of weeks so that they have time to prepare and write a strong letter for you. So now you've asked your recommender and they said yes. Now what? You'll need to give them the materials that they need. Give them a copy of your personal statement essay, lists of your achievements and extracurricular activities, and a copy of your transcript. Also, be sure to give them direct instructions on where and how to submit the letter and exactly when it's due. Most schools have a letter of recommendation submission page that you'll send to your recommender. The page for UW-Madison is below. Also, you'll want to keep in touch with them and give them updates on after the application has been submitted. Be sure to write them a thank you email or send them a thank you note on your behalf for writing the letter. Also, update them on the progress of your application. Usually your letters of recommenders are rooting for you and they want to celebrate with you when you get accepted. Lastly, we will cover requesting an application fee waiver. The application submission fee for most UW system schools is $60. Fee waivers are available for students and can be requested either before or after you submit your application. To request this waiver form, be sure to check out the link in the UW Transfer Resources page below. Thanks for watching the last part of the Unpacking the UW Transfer Application series. All resources mentioned in this series are listed below, and if you have any questions, feel free to post a comment below as well. Thanks.